I was so excited to find more turquoise from the number 8 mine in Crescent Valley, Nevada, because I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, we went to one of our big stone buying trips to Tucson, and we bought quite a bit from the number 8 mine. And so we knew we just really loved the color and the quality of that turquoise. So when we found more recently, we were really excited. So this is the new turquoise stuff. The first one up here, this is awesome. This is a lot of the number 8 turquoise has a brown background, and this one had more of a gray. This was actually the very first stone that jumped out at me when I saw it in the tray. So this one here does not come off the chain. It is sold with the chain. This one is 18 inches, adjustable to 20 when you use the little extender at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip this at 18 inches so you can see it. And that's a little kyanite gemstone below. I love this combo. For this one, we include the chain, but again, if you need a different length, we're happy to swap it for you. With the rest of the pendants, we actually are selling them without the chain, so that way you can pick the chain that works for you and also the length that works for you. Plus, if you already have a chain at home, you can go ahead and use that. This one here is another double. It's got the number 8 turquoise up here and kyanite. I believe that's a 3-carat kyanite there. This one's so cute, right? It kind of reminded me of like a little mushroom, like a little toadstool with the blue spots on there. This bail is pretty big. So yeah, this is it with the 2mm chain, slips right on there. But this would work well with any of the chains on the website. We have a couple of really chunky handmade chains up that would work well for this because the bail is so big. Yeah, so this is it on a 16-inch cable chain. It's a good size. And then I will show you how it looks also on one of these kind of chunkier chains. This one is the heavy handmade chain that's on our website. So this one we actually make all of the little tiny links by hand because we use a heavier gauge silver and we hand make it. I'll hold this about 16 inches because I don't have a clasp on this right now. But yeah, see that kind of chunky one changes the whole look of it. So I love that you can really choose what works for you when you can buy it without the chain. All right, so this next one I really love. This was an experiment. When I make all these settings, I use a piece of heavy silver sheet and then I cut the shapes out to go behind the stones so that they all have a heavy silver backplate on them. When you do this, think about when you make cookies and you cut out all the shapes that you need, right? There's all that scrap left over. So I have the cookie scrap of my silver sheet left over. So I was like, you know what? Let me just melt it all into a ball and see what happens. And I started to hammer and form it and mill it and squish it and just sort of see what it turned into. And then I cut this oval shape out just because I wanted it to have a little bit more dimension. And I folded up these edges and then the hammer marks in here. Some of them I did with a really, really sharp hammer so that I could get that to be oxidized with, and then when I polished the oxidizer off, the rim had more of a smooth hammer so that I could polish it completely back up to a high shine so you get that contrast with the dark but then the super shiny. So I really love how that came out and I'm definitely going to explore that more. Yeah, this was the next one. This is such a cool piece. It kind of looks like the world. This was when I finished the stones I set, this was Paul's favorite. So cool with the rim around it and the nice big bail. So this one, because it's so big, I'm gonna try it on. This is the toggle chain that's on the website. This is a handmade chain. So this one, again, we made every single link of. This one's a little lighter weight. The heavy handmade chain I do with 16 gauge. This one's 18 gauge. So it's slightly lighter. I'll just show them side by side so you can see the comparison. This is the heavy one, this is the light one. So these are more open links as well as a little bit lighter weight. And this one is 18 inches. I made the toggle too. So it's got like a really cool hammer texture on the bar and the toggle there. Yeah, this is 18 inches. And see, it just like totally changes the look to have the pendants on a chunky chain. All right, and next up we have this kyanite pendant here, which is so cool. When I'm working on stuff lately, what I've been doing is I will make the stone settings and then there are these little components, the little flowers and leaves. And so I'll make a bunch of circles, I'll make a bunch of the little leaves and some of the flowers and some vines. When I have all the stone settings and all the components, this is my very favorite part because now it's creative time. You can keep auditioning. The stone here, does it look good on here? Could I accent it with this? There's a lot of editing, there's a lot of taking away and just kind of seeing how things work. There's a bright silver behind the stone. So when light comes in, it hits it goes through the stone, it hits the silver, and it reflects back. So it kind of gives it a nice little glowy aspect, which I really love. And that will bring me to this one here, which is another kyanite with that same super bright silver, nice sparkle to it. And this one, I had the little flower accent and the bail, and I was just like, you know what, it doesn't need anything else. I just want something super simple. And this is such a sweet little pendant. I feel like I would wear it every day. It just goes with everything, and it's so cute. I love that vibrant blue color. Yeah, so that's this one on a 16-inch chain. Again, this one sold without the chain, so you could get any length you want for that, any chain you want. Yeah, and then I guess the last things here are these rings that I've had on this whole time. This one here has a super, super heavy band, half round band that I've hammer textured and given a high polish, so it's really like almost faceted and shiny. I did the same hammer and shine around here, and then just oxidized right around the stone to give it that contrast and make it pop. And then this one here, I've hand stamped around the band all the way around, and I kind of in the middle I started going the other way, so you get like a mirrored image, and that's such a cool teardrop stone. I love that one. Unfortunately, both of these rings cannot be resized because the bands are so large that I wouldn't be able to protect the stone from the heat that would be required for me to solder these again into a different size. So these are not resizable. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.